Hello, everybody. I hope you've all had a wonderful work week. Well, sometimes the weird news, it's about me, I guess. There's a new book out, and it looks at content marketing strategy and what it's really like to make it a core piece of your overall marketing business strategy. And I think it's pretty good. At least I think so. What's it all about? And does the world really need another book about content marketing and how to do it? Maybe. Want to know more? This is my review of me, and it's 5 minutes of what you need to lead in marketing. Let's roll. Hello, everybody. Robert Rose here with the Content and Marketing Strategy News. It is what's new, but I don't know about this week, but most importantly, it's usually about what's important in our world of marketing. And for the best and best practices, you can head on over to contentmarketinginstitute.com. So this is a bit of a news scoop, as it were, and as those who are actually journalists would say, yeah, it is exclusive, and it is the official launch of my new book, and it doesn't happen until Wednesday of next week, but I do happen to have some inside information on it, so yeah, it makes the news this week. That's right, my new book entitled Content Marketing Strategy is now available from your favorite online bookstore in Kindle format for now, and then, of course, in print and hardcover on Wednesday. And I'm excited that it's actually seeing the light of day and will finally be out into the world. But you're all asking now, well, does the world really need another book on content marketing strategy? I mean, after all, I've written 3 myself and 2 of them with my friend Joe Pulizzi, and there are no shortage of other books out there in the marketplace today that cover the topic. Well, let me try and explain myself, and I promise I'll keep it short. So the reason I felt it was the right time is because so much of what is written today about content marketing strategy, including what I mostly talk about, focuses on the first or the second word. I wanted to write a book about what I've learned about the third word, what I've learned over the last decade. You see, my very first book on content marketing was called Managing Content Marketing. When Joe Pulizzi and I started working on this challenge in 2008 and 2009, we always felt like the strategy of content marketing would become a set of activities, not just a format or the content itself. And so over the last 13 years, I've learned so very much from the different practitioners that I wanted to write about how we manage content marketing strategically, the activities that we actually perform. So yes, as I say in the book, it's been 13 years. It's an old news story. Even in 2023, few companies have a content marketing strategy completely figured out. I mean, there are some that do, and we talk a lot about them, of course. Examples like Cleveland Clinic and Red Bull and Arrow Electronics and HubSpot and Salesforce and REI. They've all purposely devised content marketing strategies that are meant to be differentiating. They consciously have designed, implemented, measured a content marketing approach based on learned best practices, and they are succeeding. But there are others. There are others like Amazon and Microsoft and JP Morgan Chase and Nike and Lego, and they've backed into what we would now call a content marketing strategy. They built brand and marketing programs around the idea of developing valuable content and operating as a media company. However, most of these companies, they wouldn't consciously acknowledge that they built a content marketing strategy. If they're asked, and quite honestly, some of them have been, they would say, well, acquiring or launching a full media company operation was just a smart business strategy to diversify their ability to consistently reach their consumers. And they're right, of course, and they're succeeding, of course. They haven't read any of the books that have been written or been influenced by Content Marketing Institute or me or Joe or anyone. They might not even recognize the fact that they're taking a unique approach to marketing. And guess what? They're doing just as well. So as content marketing has grown as a practice, both conspicuously and unconspicuously, I've observed both types of companies over the years. But what are the commonalities? What are the best practices? Who and what makes them successful? What are the activities that these companies are doing so differently that they're providing a long-term competitive advantage? That's what I wanted a book to cover. So yeah, it's a geeky book for sure. It's filled with things like getting to better processes, governance, roles, responsibilities, measurement plans, and finally, it's the ability to go beyond the book. And one of the things that I wanted to create was a new resource for you. And so with that, we've launched a new resource and coaching site called contentmarketingstrategy.com, where you can go get the book for sure, but you can go beyond the book and you can access extra resources and frameworks and templates that I mention in the book. You can join a community or even get access to coaching, personal coaching from me and my colleague Kathy McKnight on your particular challenges, or sign up for ongoing subscription or whatever you like. So I'm super excited for this launch, and I really hope to see you all at Content Marketing World next week. Thank you for indulging me in the news this week, and well, unless I see you in DC next week, I'll see you here next week. Spoiler alert, the news is going to be a recap of our wonderful event because the news is sometimes about us. Remember, until then, it's your story to tell. Tell it well. I'll see you next week.